the philosophical perspective of John Locke, the empiricist educator, and Herbert Spencer, the utilitarian education. Now let's get started. John Locke 1632 to 1704. He is an English philosopher, often classified as empiricist, because he believed that knowledge was found in empirical observation and experiences. So now, what is empiricism? Empiricism is a philosophical belief that states your knowledge of the world is based on our experiences, particularly our sensory experiences. Now, according to the empiricist, our learning is based on our observation and perception. Knowledge is not possible without experience. Now let's delve into the idea of Locke, which is the tabula rasa or the blank slates. So this idea is when the people are born, their minds are effectively a blank slate. So their experiences makes them who they are. Let us then consider the mind to be as a white paper or a blank slate. Now, how does it become furnished, or how do we can acquire knowledge? So, this is based on our experiences. All our knowledge is based on our experiences, and it is ultimately derives from it, according to Locke 1690. Our observations, whether external sensible objects or internal operations of our minds, preserved and reflected by ourselves, provide our understanding with all of the materials for thinking. This simply means that through our senses we can acquire our knowledge through touching, taste, hearing, seeing, and smell. So from that operation that will be going to input in our mind, our senses, particularly our perception of sensible objects, are the primary source of our ideas, which are derived from our understanding of these objects, including colors, textures, and taste. Experiences offers insight into our mind's operation, such as perception, thinking, and reasoning. Reflection or observation of internal operations forms ideas based on these operations. This process helps us to understand and notice the mind's actions and the ideas it generates. Reflection is a crucial aspect of understanding our thoughts and actions. For instance, a mother is teaching her child how to plant a flower. So from that experiences of a child, the information or the experiences that she had will be processed in her mind, and that will serve as her acquisition of the knowledge from her experiences. So John Locke attentively considers the state of a child at his first coming into the world will have little reasons to think him stored with a plenty of ideas that are be the matter of his future knowledge. So in the time of mind comes to reflect on its own operations, about the ideas get by sensation and others, and hereby stores itself with a new set of ideas, which they called as a reflection. And these are the impressions that are made on our senses by outward objects that are intrinsical to the mind and its own operation, proceeding from powers intrinsical and proper to itself, which, when reflected on by itself, become also objects of its contemplation. According to Locke 1697, proper education begins in early childhood, emphasizing the preparation of children in facing adversity and challenges in life. So in his view of a children should be simple. First, children should take breath of fresh air. Number 2, have sufficient sleep. 3, eat healthy and simple food. 4, bath regularly. 5, consuming education. And number 6, exercise frequently and have time for recreational and play. Now, why is John Locke associated with empiricist educator? Because he is being associated with empiricist educator because he believes that the learners acquire knowledge by interacting with concrete experiences, comparing and reflecting on the same experiences. And he also offers an empiricist theory in which learners acquire ideas through our experiences and observation in the world. Additionally, for him, education is not the acquisition of knowledge contained in great books, but learners to interact with concrete experiences, comparing and reflecting on the same concrete experiences. To sum up the idea of John Locke, the empiricist educator, so he believes that when a child went to the world, he has a blank slate or have a tabula rasa, the term, which is just like a piece of bond paper, an empty piece of bond paper where there is no idea at all. And through the experiences of the children or the child as he come into the world, that is why he or she can acquire his or her knowledge. At this moment, let's move on to Herbert Spencer, 1820 to 1903. So, Herbert Spencer, he was an English polymath, active as a philosopher, psychologist, biologist, sociologist, and anthropologist. Now, what is utilitarian perspective? So, this focus on producing students who will be able to fit into society at an elite level and contribute as a productive citizen. Spencer originated the expression survival of the fittest, which he coined in Principles of Biology after reading the Charles Darwin's 1859 book of The Origin of the Species. Spencer's concept of survival of the fittest means that human development had gone through evolutionary series of stages from the simple to the complex and the uniform to the more specialized kind of activity. Social development had taken into the place according to an evolutionary process by which homogeneous society had evolved into a more complex societal system characterized with humanistic and classical education. Industrialized society require vocational and professional-based education or scientific practical objectives, rather than in a very general educational goals associated with humanistic and classical education. So, utilitarian education is the teaching of skills and subjects applicable to the daily life or work and in the society. So, Spencer defined nature differently than others, or nature means to the law of the jungle and survival to the fittest. He believed to learn useful scientific and technological skills and subjects that people needed as a utilitarian education. He also emphasizes that science and technology is the best way to prepare individual to be successful producer in a competitive industrial society. Now, Herbert Spencer's concept of survival to the fittest, or survival of the fittest rather, means competition between individuals can lead to social progress, and also he associated with the utilitarianism education because he developed an evolutionary utilitarianism ethics in which the principles of ethical living are based on evolutionary changes of organic development. So Spencer believed that education should be geared toward producing individuals who would be suited to the demands of society, and that utilitarian principles should guide the curriculum. To sum up the idea of Herbert Spencer, or his perspective towards education is that he believes or he proposed the survival of the fittest. This means that only those who are fit enough in the society or who can change or adapt the present environment can survive. That is why teachers should equip the students the skills and knowledge that are needed to the present time and to the future time, because that is Herbert Spencer belief of education, that only those who are fit within the society can survive and able to contribute to the good of the environment and in the community. To summarize all the two philosophical perspective, now let's point out its differences. So first is the John Locke, empiricist educator. So he believes that we acquire knowledge through our experiences and observation in this world. So makakuha daw ta og atong ideas or atong mga learnings base sa atong mga experiences diri sa world kung asa ta nag-belong. I believe the tabula rasa or the blank slate, that kung ang bata, pagpanganak sa bata diri sa kalibutan is wala pay sulod ang mind or the blank space pa jud ang mind. So through the experiences, as kanang bata mo grow or mutubo na siya and mo school, dira maka-acquire siya og knowledge especially through the senses, the five senses. So, hearing, seeing, touching, smelling, and so on. While for Herbert Spencer, the utilitarian education, he believed that only those who are fitted enough in the society can survive. So, survival of the fittest. So, he believed that through equipping learners or individuals in the society, the skills and knowledge that is needed at the present times. That is why through equipping the students with the knowledge and skills that is needed can able to contribute to the society or to the community. And that's the difference between the two philosophical perspective of education. And that could be all. Thank you, and I hope you have learned something new today. Bye!